Hi everyone, it's Joy here with Honeybee Stamps. I made a fun fall card for you today using the Hedgehugs Stamp Set along with the Art Deco Patterns Diamond Stencil. So now here is that stencil, and I have it on a piece of A2 sized white cardstock, and I'm using the largest stencil that has the Art Deco pattern in the center. There's actually three stencils. One that's just the diamond background, and then two that are this Art Deco background centerpiece, if that makes sense. So this is the larger one, and then there's a smaller one. So I came in and used carved pumpkin just around that centerpiece, and then I'm going to come in with dried marigold and blend that out to the edges. I really wanted this to be a very orange looking card, so I really loved using these colors. I'm also actually going to come in with some Crackling Campfire and add some color that way, but not to this background. So I'm going to come back in here with the carved pumpkin, darken up that little bit around the outside edge, and when I peel that back, we've got a really fun background. Now this is the Stacking Art Deco Labels die. This is what I'm inking up with the Crackling Campfire, and this is such a yummy color, and it's going to go perfect with this background piece. This is the same size as the open piece on this background. I am using the Crackling Campfire Distress Oxide spray. I sprayed a little bit of that on my background, just using my heat tool to dry that quickly. Then I'm going to come in with my picket fence and my black soot distress paints and stains, and I'm just going to add a few dots all around. I just took the lid out and just kind of tapped it all over the background, and then that's just going to give this some of the distressed look. I'm going to dry that with my heat tool to make sure everything is dry, and I'm just going to set this aside while I work on everything else. Now here are one of the cute little images from the Hedgehugs Stamp Set. There is this image with the pumpkin. Then you have an image with a cute scarf, and both of the little hedgehogs are facing towards you, and they're wrapped in that scarf. And then there's two other images with just the backs of the hedgehogs, and then one with the backs of the hedgehogs that have the little sweater. So they're super, super cute. I am using Copic markers to color these. I'm using in the W family, so it's kind of a warm gray, but you can see it kind of has a little bit of brown to it. So I'm just going to finish coloring these cute little hedgehogs, and I want to color this pumpkin obviously orange. And then I've got those leaves there, and I stamped those multiple times because I want to have some leaves in this design. I'm going to bring in some reds, yellows, and greens along with the orange because there is so much orange going on with this card. Having a little bit of that color breaks this up. I am bringing in a little bit of brown around the edge of the pumpkin pieces to deepen and darken that image. I am going to come back in with a little bit darker W color on the bodies of the hedgehogs, which is the W4. Then I'm going to blend it out with W3 and then W1. Then I'm going to add some R20 to the cheeks and the insides of the ears, and then I'm going to come back with the W1 and just kind of blend over the ears, the inside of the ears a little bit. Then I've got my red colors here, and I just think these little maple leaves, I think these are maple leaves. I think they're so, so pretty, and I love them in red. So I'm using 3 red colors there. Then I'm going to come in with some green because I think the green and the red especially kind of break up this background. Then I'm just going to come in with the yellow and with the orange, the same orange that I colored the pumpkins. I am using the coordinating dies. I love coordinating dies. I am not someone who wants to fussy cut, so these are just fabulous. I'm going to tape those down with some low tack tape and run it through the die cut machine. Then I will just pop those out and finish die cutting the rest of those images. Then I've got this cute pumpkin word that says from the Bitty Buzzwords Fall. I inked up some white cardstock and dried marigold and die cut this piece here that I'm adding the glue on the back so it matches some of that stenciling color that we used. And then the shadow piece is in white, and I'm just going to adhere that down with some liquid glue. Come in and make sure I dot my I. Don't throw out your piece that you die cut because you will throw out your I. Then I'm going to stamp the sentiment that says love you, and this is from the Hedgehugs Stamp Set, and it has a coordinating die. I stamped that in black ink, and I love how tiny the sentiment is, and it's in that pretty cursive-y script. I did trim down my back panel just a little bit and adhered that to a white A2 size card base. Then I'm going to adhere down that piece that we inked up with the Crackling Campfire. Then I'm going to pop up this craft piece. So this is about 2 sizes smaller. Again, this is the Stacking Art Deco Labels die. No, that's 1 size smaller, excuse me. 1 die smaller than the largest one, and I adhered that with foam tape to pop that up. Then I'm going to pop up my sentiment that says pumpkin with 2 layers of foam tape because it's going to be adhered down to my background, but I wanted it to be a little bit taller than my craft piece. I adhered my hedgehogs down. Then I'm coming in with some brown markers just to kind of ground them in the space because you will see that just a little bit. Then I've got my cute little leaves here that I'm going to adhere down. I'm going to adhere 4 on the left side, 3 on the right side. I'm going to pop up that red one with some foam tape, and then I'm going to come in on the right side and add a few there, kind of down by the sentiment, and do the same thing with some foam tape behind the red leaf. Then I want to add the other little love you sentiment with some foam tape right up there at the top. And I'm going to bring in the tree hugger wood hearts. I talk about how much I love those. And I'm going to center a small one, kind of a, not the smallest one, but a small heart right in the center of the pumpkin. Come in with my white gel pen to add some highlights to the pumpkin, some little freckles to the cheeks, and a black glaze pen to the eyes of the hedgehogs, and then finishing with some highlights on the leaves. This card is completely finished. I love how this turned out. I love all of the orange, and those cute little hedgehogs are so darling. Thank you so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I will see you soon. Bye.